Alright, let's do it. There we go. Oh, let's see, what do we got? I like that for this round. I also like one of you. Oh boy, that's an absolute murder spree. You know what? Let's go with that. For this first round.
Do you hear me? I shall stick your head on a pike.
Come on, me. We can do this.
Warum?
Nice. Go, Ballista, go. Oh yeah, I changed her to that. That's fine.
I must thank you. Your fortress has superbly solid walls.
Jebel am Arsch.
Nice.
I do not need to hear this. Kill her!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Should work.
I'm coming.
Okay. Alright.
Fools!
It's one round down.
I'm surrounded by fools!
Just open. Okay. You know what? I'll take that. That's okay.
Again and again and again.
Nice. And what I'm hoping is that he draws the units I want. That's okay.
For the Queen!
Get this out there. So it starts boosting my dudes. And good. That's a free 8 every turn. Got him.
Barbarians.
Is that a bronze unit? Oh, shit. No, I'm gonna steal him. Oh well. That's fine, we'll get it out there. Come on, 9. Yeah. Oh, that's a shame. We're doing a lot of that.
We must trust each other.
What is in the graveyard?
Hey, don't toss that. It's perfectly usable.
Have I not used the trinket? Oh, it's on the board.
God save the Queen!
That's his loyal ability, is to play another one of those. You, that's what I wanted.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
Yuck, 7. Wait, what is that still doing in my deck? I thought I took that out. Oh well. Is that... So do this first.
Oh, Lady Margarita told us of this.
We'll make more of those. And boost them. Not bad. Take it. Seven. Not very good.
To the last! Yeah!
Didn't want the Mahakam shield bearer.
I've got that, all right.
No time for that! Straight!
9. Oh, 9 because he made a base. Yeah, I'll take that. Start running out of space here. Don't like it.
Water is a poison.
Whew.
Archers, let it be night. Obscure the sun with arrows.
You know what? 3, 2. Steal that. Good. Okay. 3, 2, 1. I guess it doesn't matter which one I boost, really. Can't really play any of the cards because our rows are full. And turn.
My prescription, a bit of bloodletting.
I don't think it's gonna be, ooh. Well. With my new deck, he didn't get to boost his units by 10 as much as he usually did, so this time Radium Bomb is not that great. Just do it. Well, see what he gets. I at least get 8 every turn.
to the front yet again.
And 2 there, I think. Now he's going to start getting that 10 boost, isn't he?
Quiet, or the Commissar will hear.
Ah! Scheiß! In! Try!
Dang. So I'm getting pretty much at least 10 a turn. That's good, but he's getting 10 just
Off
for
to the
doing that.
front yet again.
If somebody could unpass, that'd be great. What's going to be his call to arms up there? Seven's not good.
I warned you.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I did it first try!
Tell me where!
Suck it, Abdahi! I'm the best! Didn't even need a second try! God damn, I'm good. Ooh, wait!
Nilfgaard had the upper hand, yet the black-clad spirits had suffered. They now made more use of shields than of swords. When Meve finally broke through their line, they raised their arms in surrender. Rivia Castle had fallen. It was hers once more.
Trocken! Nein to wien!
Meve showed her prisoners of war mercy, knowing full well they'd only followed orders. Death would be the fate of only Ardal Ebdahi, the one Nilfgaardian who'd issued those commands.
Where's he at?
Alas, the general had disappeared. A prisoner revealed Ebdahi had fled as soon as the Lyrians had surged towards the upper keep. He had glided down to the lower castle in a wicker basket for transporting food. Curled up beneath potato skins and other scraps, he'd scurried away not unlike a common maggot.
I wanted to cut his head off. Or kick him out a window or something.
Meve cursed her luck and leaned back against a merlin.
Huh.
Dawn was yet a few hours
Hello.
off, but the horizon had already begun to glow blood red. The Nilfgaardian reserves now drew near, too late to prevent the castle's fall.
I'll get him.
Muttered the queen, more to herself than anyone else.
I swear on all that's sacred I'll catch the bastard. But now we've a pressing matter to see to. Preparing the defense.
Oh, what's up there, Eric?
That night the war turned, with the battle for Rivia Castle as its fulcrum. Meve's great victory, not only retaking the stronghold in a single evening, but also fending off a further invading army, proved the Nilfgaardian Colossus had feet of clay.
Damn straight, I'm the best. Oh yeah, trophy time.
The armies of the north had united and now seemed to be on the attack everywhere. Imperial forces, while still far more numerous, lay stretched over thousands of miles. Their position was untenable, and Nilfgaard's commanders knew this. In a decisive battle, they yet stood a chance, so they gave said battle, and suffered a resounding defeat. Just a few months on from that memorable night in Rivia, the Imperial army was in utter disarray. Aldersburg, the fortress, remained a last point of resistance. General Ebdahi and what had survived of Army Group East had dug in there, this place, where Nilfgaard had triumphed grandly in the war's early days, would now bear witness to its impending defeat. It seems history, after all, has a sense of justice, or humor, or both. Though Meve had already reclaimed her realm, she refused to retire her sword just yet. for King Demavend had requested her aid in purging Edirn of the invader. How could she refuse? She owed the king a favor, firstly.
Sort of.
Yet she also had a burning desire to settle the score with Epdahi.
Demavend's envoy and I spoke, Your Majesty. The king has Aldersburg surrounded. He awaits and won't begin the assault till you arrive.
Good. I truly hate to miss it. Tell the troops to prepare. Gear and ire.
Of course, Your Grace.
Yeah, what's going on, Reynard?
Yes? Is there something else?
Pardon my boldness, Your Grace, but I can't help but be concerned. You don't sleep. You have the air of illness about you.
I do, eh?
I think back to that night in Rivia often, to Gascon's death. Perhaps I made a mistake. Perhaps he didn't have to die.
He didn't, Your Majesty. He needn't have been there at all. I'm a soldier. I swore to serve you. Gascon, not so. He might have left at any time.
But he didn't.
Guilt, pity trouble you, Your Grace. I know. But he signed on willingly and knew exactly what for. Gascon gave his life for he thought you worthy of it. There's no greater proof of friendship, no greater gift one can give. Accept it, Your Grace, and remember him with gratitude, not sorrow.
That's fair. Turn down the gift. Come on. You're right.
You're right. I thank you, Reynard. That I needed to hear. We've talked enough. We must march on to Aldersburg.
Hey, what's up,
Your
people?
Grace, if I may.
Yeah?
Some of our comrades in arms would like a word with you. The war nears its end. Paths are likely to diverge.
I see. Thank you. I shall stop by the mess tent later.
Well, I should stop by there right now, but after I read this letter. Oh, a letter from Bruvahoog. Well, well, you beautifully showed boot leather to Nilfgaardian arse. Barbags cooked up quite the dust cloud when they turned tail. Damn near choked on it clear atop Mount Carbon. Proud to say Mahakab's volunteers played no small part. Well, they did play a small part. Still, I owe credit where credit's due. Congratulations, Meave, truly. That Dunderhead Emperor will think twice before stepping foot through the Pontar ever again. Hoo-hoo-ha! Bruvahoog! Awesome. And reports. Report from Edirn. Enemy armies in tatters fleeing south towards border. Movements chaotic, uncoordinated, suggest no contact with command. Scoia'tael commandos also in retreat, to east towards Dolblathana. Without Nilfgaardian support, elves slaughtered by Edirnians whenever caught. Emperor preparing for peace summit. Reports indicate willingness to make far-reaching concessions. I don't believe that for a second. Last bastion of enemy resistance fortress in Aldersburg. Remaining troops guarding it led by General Epdahi. He refuses all calls to capitulate. Captain Tobias, Your Highness, we deeply regret to inform you that Captain Tobias, who provided us with invaluable information from the Nilfgaardian-occupied capital, was unmasked and beheaded after 3 days of intensive torture. Gross. While leaving the city, the invaders took with them his family and a wife of 2 children, 12 and 7 years of age. Their fate remains unknown. Sorry, Captain Tobias. Battle of Brenna. Your Majesty, good tidings for the Western Front. The combined forces of Temeria, Kedwin, and Redania have soundly defeated the Nilfgaardians at Brenna. The Empire lost nearly 40,000 soldiers, and Marshal Cohorn has vanished without a trace. Army Group Center is in disarray, and King Foltest is forcing the enemy from Temerian lands. The Emperor has expressed readiness for truce negotiations. Victory is close at hand. Good. And let's see what all my dudes gotta say. Sub dudes. Oh man, Gascon. Let's go with this bell first.
I'm pleased to see you again, Mom. You need something?
What do you do now?
The war's near its end. The future, what does it hold for you, Isbel? Wise counsel will always find a place at my court.
A tempting offer, Mom. So be it. I shall stay.
Nice.
But I've one condition.
Uh-oh.
You're never to force me to wear shoes.
It's not bad.
These terms I can agree to.
Okay, that's all. See you
Duty
later.
calls. I must go.
Of course. Should you need me, I'll be here.
What's up, Gavor?
Always good to see the Queen. How can I help you?
What will you do?
Our conversation in Mahakam. Do you recall it? When you resolved to join my force, leave your homeland.
Of course. Clear as day, that. You saved me and my clan. I'm in your debt. Will be for some time.
Well, we've won the war. And you had a hand in the victory. Heavily so. As I see it, you've more than repaid your debt.
Feeling a wee bit choked up, as King Desmond said when an assassin's bolt ran clear through his esophagus. Come here and give us a squeeze.
Later, perhaps. But Gabor, any plans for what comes next?
Ha! I wasn't expecting to have this chat, so I'm a bit caught with my knickers down past my knees.
War's over, but we've much left to do. Our relations with non-humans, for instance. I mean to improve them. And I think you could help, Gabor, greatly so.
Everybody keeps saying the war is over, but there's still a battle to be fought. I have a feeling something bad's gonna happen to me.
Meaning, you'd like me to stay in your court? I'd see it as an honor, your majesty. An honor true.
Heck yeah. Drunken dwarf in my court. Okay, see you later.
We shall return to this conversation later.
No skin off my back. We seen each other, your grace.
What's up, you crazy Skelliger?
Huh? What is it now?
Stay.
He won't do that.
What about after? What do I tell my ancestors when the time comes?
Tell him to go screw.
I yearn to sit at their table, lass, and drink mead in their company, so go I must.
Alright,
So
buddy.
long, Arnulf.
I don't think I've used your card ever even once. What's up, Reynard?
Your Grace, I wished once more to express my gratitude for your show of mercy.
I showed mercy, true, but felt much more. Anger, pain, now resentment.
What?
You hurt me, Reynard. Wounded
come
me to
on.
the bloody core. I don't know what else to say on the matter, so let's not speak of it.
But it's Reynard, dude.
As you wish, Your Grace.
The war nears its end. What next for Reynard Odo?
Following me around some more.
Whatever you command, Your Grace.
Mm-hmm.
Is something amiss, my lady?
Oh, ooh, well. Hubba hubba. Let's go for it, why not?
To be perfectly blunt, I've no wish to give you orders anymore.
Your Grace, would you wish me to leave? Remove me from the court?
No, Reynard. I'd wish you to stay. But I'd no longer wish to be your queen alone. Do you catch my meaning?
I do, Meath.
Oh,
I
well.
do.
Well. Okay, well, I'll see you later.
It's time I attended to other matters.
Talk more about that later, I guess. I feel sad that this table's totally empty. Used to have Ake and Gascon, of course. This table's empty too. Used to have Black Rayla and Barnabas. Now he's making lots of good money, so that's good. And Black Rayla's a racist.
Look, 'tis Meave, slayer of the Blacklands. Long live the Queen!
Yeah, long live me.
Just watch and wait. I wager you'll chase the Emperor himself off the throne. They say war's a man's affair, but you showed them, my lady. They say war's a man's affair.
Over there. Holy moly, there's a lot of stuff. A lot of area here. I was gonna say stuff to do, but... What? Oh, that's the Adernian flag, that's right. To all soldiers. All soldiers in service to the Nilfgaardian Empire are hereby ordered to promptly head to Aldersburg. The defense of this castle is vital for our planned counteroffensive. Failure to comply with this order will result in punishment of particular severity. Dugar Lepdahi. Dork. Whoa there. Oh, it's Nilfgaardians.
The Lyrian army had grown into a great serpent. So much so that riding at the column's tail, Niamh could not see its head. Footmen, cavalry, and archers stretched like a glistening snake between two horizons. Niamh had come a long way indeed, and she felt proud. Suddenly, Niamh heard angry cries and the clash of steel against steel, all at the column's front.
Close ranks! To the left! Man's left! Support the flank!
Niamh drew her sword, spurred her horse, and galloped forward along the line of troops. Then, through the swirling battle dust, she spotted shimmering golden suns.
Time to kill some more Nilfgaardians. Nilfgaardian survivors. Niamh drew her sword, yet did not rush headlong into the heat of battle as she once would have. Old wounds and lasting trauma still nagged her. Come on. And besides, enough blood had already been spilt. The queen awaited the day when she could finally exchange her heavy armor for an elegant dress and her saddle for a throne. Story battle, shortened battle. Now my deck is all strange and weird, so we'll see what I end up getting here. No, that's actually not good. Get you out of there. We'll see what happens here.
Surround them!
An ally has destroyed. Flee the battlefield. Okay. Well, let me put down something that will kill stuff.
New orders? No?
Oh, well, that thing's dead. He is dead immediately. Because I can do 6 damage with this ballista. Bye. Bye, Felicia.
Sod it. Sod it all. Must be an important lesson in this. But what?
That's dead. Again. Ha! Ha ha ha! Put him out there too.
Don't buy this. 101, 102, 103.
Play that. Hi, Knickers. This is ludicrous.
$152, $154.
This poor bastard.
Left, right, left, right.
1, 2, 3. Wow. Okay, there we go. I don't really want to get one of those, so it doesn't really...
Aye.
Okay.
March on, march on.
they're both gonna go. So that one's dead, and he'll run away. These poor Nilfgaardians, you know. Put my ballista side by side. And we'll give you a boost. Playing with the Lyrian Cat.
For the Queen!
That's his loyal ability.
In retreat!
That thing's immediately dead. Good times. Both of those guys out. Why the hell not?
Bigger they are, easier they are to target. Thing about slings, they hide well.
Dead. Okay, I can put it in there.
Rivia!
Quiet! What the commissar will hear.
Oh, even that's just a base level 6? Or base strength of 6? Poor bastard. Two Lyrian
God
cats
save the Queen! To the last!
There aren't even any enemies to use my cards on.
He's late. Again.
These poor guys.
Brach! Scheiß! In! Trade!
All your men are dead. It is odd you have to use every piece of this. Oh well. Awesome. Good.
Mercy! Have mercy!
I might. Although I didn't, so who knows.
Normally disciplined, determined to an extreme, these Nilfgaardians quickly broke rank and ran.
Deserters! Leaderless, Your Grace.
A scout reported.
Headed south, they was, towards the frontier.
Chained
Slap 'em in
prisoners
irons.
now sat along the dusty road. Neve stopped in front of one. He was ragged and unshaven. Flies had taken an interest in his poorly bandaged hand. Spotting the Queen, he lowered his head and quivered with terror.
Good.
I know you take us for savages,
Began Meve, her gaze passing over several scraggy black-clads.
but fear not. We shan't flay you alive nor eat you for dinner. And when a truce is signed, you'll be sent home. Where I most sincerely hope you'll stay this time.
As the Queen mounted her horse, she barely concealed a grimace. Her thighs were sore and chafed, her hands raw from the reins. But she bit her lip and rode on, for the prize was now very near.
It was in Aldersburg when it fell. Broke my heart, that did. But not complete. Now we'll take it back.
Other kings could learn a thing or two from you, Your Majesty. Fight on!
Damn straight.
It was we who were to offer Lyria our aid. Things got turned right round. It was we who were to...
A little fast travel point. Look at all this loot. How do I get to your loot? Though I don't need you, I must have you. More loot! Holy jeepers. Oh, question mark. Your Majesty, a boat used by the Nilfgaardians to haul looted goods has crashed into the span of the bridge. We can attempt to fish out the valuables, but the current is dangerously strong. Our soldiers would be at risk. I don't need anything. I'll pay some money to get the wood. Cool. I got more lumber. For that battle with Abdahi, I did actually make like 10 different cards, and you see it put not even a single dent in all my resources. I want that loot, you know. I'm gonna get it. My lady, as you can see, the residents of Edirn are giving their every effort to rebuild their ruined homes, yet they lack the proper materials. They ask if you would be willing to trade lumber in exchange for items they have scavenged from nearby battlefields. What shall I tell them? Heck yeah. Let's help out. We're a good queen. I shall not stop in my search for secrets. Excuse me, I shall have all the secrets, sir.
The good mothers guided you to victory.
Indeed.
Nilfgaard angered the gods. Too much pride in them, not enough humility.
Indeed.
The entire North owes you thanks, milady. And you, the gods. The good mothers guided you to victory.
What's going on here? A new cemetery, one of many that appeared in the area. Most of the dead have not been identified, their graves unnamed. Our soldiers have requested that we light candles in their honor. Are you willing to set aside a sum from our coffers for this purpose, your grace? Of course, without a shade of doubt. Give me more stuff. Gotta have more stuff. Excuse me, do you have stuff? Give me stuff.
Meve was listening to a scout's report when screams suddenly burst from the prisoner transport. In a moment, Meve bore witness to a truly macabre sight. The Nilfgaardian captives, to whom she had recently been merciful, lay dead, massacred in cold blood among the camp's tents.
Blast it all.
Seed the queen, looking at the bloodied corpses. Those responsible for the deed, peasants from the quarry at Ravencloft, Meve had welcomed into her ranks. The harm they'd endured from Nilfgaardians wielding whips. This was what had festered in their hearts and minds. The Rivians couldn't accept that their oppressors had gone unpunished. So they took matters into their own hands, in defiance of the Queen.
There's fiends, not folk!
Cried the peasants, now armed and in uniform.
There was old this, plain and simple.
True.
It had been justice by a mob, and Meve knew it should not go unpunished. Yet at the last, ignoring her advisor's counsel, she left the former slaves' fate for their commanders to decide. For the Queen had grown weary of choosing between two evils, each one darker than the other.
Well, you could just flog them. Or hold back their pay for a year like I did that one time. It's not like I had to murder them or anything.
Long live me! Long live the Queen! Long live a liberator!
Damn straight.
All's left is to drive the Blackclads from Aldersburg, and the war's won. Our Demoven's not bad, but he don't hold a candle to Meve.
Well, nobody does.
Our Demoven's not bad.
I don't trust that guy. The war nears its end, and the Blackclads flee with tails between their legs. The time has come to raise our homeland from the ash and rubble. For those who yet live, take up hammer, saw, and axe. Roll your sleeves and set to work. The nation is building its home. Yeah! Everything's so great. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. I feel like terrible things are going to happen. There. I gotta get this loot, you know. I simply must have it. Look for secrets, gonna have them. Gotta have that loot.
Neve noticed one of her scouts, a certain Corporal Larkin, halt his mount and train his gaze on the woods.
Your Grace, I thought I heard something. Could have sworn. A whisper, maybe, but... nothing now. It's all gone quiet. I think I might have imagined it, in fact.
Imagined?
Neve placed her hand on his shoulder.
No one has sharper senses than you. If you claim to have heard something, it's worth a closer look.
Damn straight.
Corporal Larkin saluted, then rode past the trees. Suddenly in shadow, he keenly scanned his surroundings. Something caught his attention. He dismounted, then brushed aside ferns, exposing tracks made in the mud.
Your Majesty!
He shouted, quickly turning towards the road.
Sound the alarm! It's Scoia'd!
An arrow whisked through the air, pierced his throat, and suddenly silenced him.
Damn it, Corporal Larkin.
Then the forest came alive with cries in the Elder tongue. Elves on the attack.
Damn Scoia'tael. The battle for naught. Neve cursed under her breath. Did Scoia'tael hatred know no bounds? Yeah. The war had already been lost. Nilfgaard, who had supported their cause against the northern kingdoms, had retreated beyond the Yaruga. By attacking the Queen's army, the elves must have known there stood nothing to gain. That is, other than the heads of enemy Dwan. Well, if it's like the last battle, I'm going to murder them all without any remorse. Story battle, shortened battle. What do we got? What do you even do? Enemy by 5 and adjacent units by 2. Blech. You're not good because I don't have any skill gains in the graveyard. It's fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. It's all fine. Everything's great.
It's a trap! 2 arms!
It's a trap!
Got business for me?
Actually, I don't have any damagers. We're gonna go with the Mahogany Ale. You first.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Why does he only get 2? Because he's gold?
Nay. Duan camest.
Huh.
Paid late. Again.
Hello, tons dudes.
Don't like this. There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
2 and 2.
Swords I smile at, weapons laugh to scorn.
Ow. That's nice. opposite of what I wanted to happen, but okay.
None shall tread on us!
I'll take you and you.
Hey?
Hey?
Aye.
One. Elvin. Elvin. Elvin.
Now we will see who is weak!
Cursed traitors.
We ought to help one or the other.
Ow. Put you there.
For Rivia!
The storm is coming. Let's enjoy the weather while we still can.
Steal that. Nice. Thank you, Mahakamail. Well, now, heal that ally. Oh, nice.
There's been a mistake. I'm no mage.
What do you got, Scoia'tael?
I was hoping you'd say that.
Ow. Go. Loop. Loop. So we heal. Loop. Let's keep those numbers racking up. Oh, pass.
Brenna, stop! We surrender!
Well, let 4 elves live.
The Scoia'tael fighters stood no chance against Meve. When the sounds of battle finally ceased, the Queen, victorious, tossed aside her arrow-studded shield. She then ordered the commando's leader brought before her. She'd expected a ranter who would turn up his nose, spit in her face, and cry, "Death to all Dwan!" But the bloodied elf before her was no arrogant firebrand. He averted his gaze, and his lips gently trembled.
Youthful you look, elf. How many summers to you? 30? More?
27, my lady.
Recognize that guy.
27. A wonderful age. A shame to die so young.
I beg you, Renna. For mercy, I ask. If not for me, then at the least for...
Mercy? You jest. You wait in ambush, come at us like bandits, and now you dare ask for mercy.
It was no ambush.
Don't play me for a fool. I know what I saw, and am no stranger to warcraft.
It's not you we wished to fight. Sverre.
Then who killed Corporal Larkin, Werebubs?
When we saw you on the high road, we fell back and hid in the wood. We wanted you to pass. Your scout's hearing, very keen. He heard something, then spotted our tracks. You must understand. We had no choice.
Well, you might have surrendered.
You know you might have surrendered.
Like Dristan's commando. Is that what you mean? They laid down their arms before an Edirnian general, who ordered them hanged. One and all. If we're to die, we prefer to die bows and swords in hand.
Why are you here? Were you to rescue Epdahi?
Rescue someone? No, Renna. We flee. The Nilfgaardians have realized they'll lose the war and have renounced us. Without their support, we stand no chance.
True.
Demavend has loosed his hounds. They hunt our units one by one. He's offered 50 gold pieces for the head of each Scoia'tael.
Wow.
It's the same in Temeria and Kedwen, if not worse. We wish to join with Yorveth's unit, flee together as far as we could. It was our last hope.
Yorveth.
Why do you tell me all this?
Because you listen still. You've not ordered me killed, so... you've clearly a heart. Eseth Aina Edu. I beg you. So few of us remain. All tired, all wounded. We pose no threat. Let us leave your realm. Let us flee.
You know what? I'll let that happen. You can go.
Enough senseless killing for one day. So be it. You're free to leave.
Don't you shoot my man with an arrow.
I don't know how to thank you.
Make certain I don't ever regret this decision. 'Twould be thanks enough.
I thank you for your compassion towards me and all my folk.
Meve personally unfastened the prisoner's chains as her Lyrians looked on in silence. They did not approve, this was clear.
Oh,
Their
come on.
displeasure was palpable.
What a bunch of grumps. What's happening here? Master Nilfgaardians, the time when you could demand, require, and expect has come to an end. My payment is non-negotiable. Not the amount, nor the currency. Your florins are now worth less than Sidarian coppers. I give you until tomorrow. After that, safe passage to the border will no longer be possible, due to Queen Maeve's approach from the south. X. Ooh. Got a report. Letter from Commando Leader. Hey, there we go. We got a trophy. Faingil, Nilfgaard has betrayed us. They've told the Nordlings our positions, exposed all our hideouts. The peace treaty will contain no guarantee of amnesty for those surrendering arms. You know what that means. You must flee the northern realms. Take your entire commando to the agreed-upon location as fast as you can. I will wait a week, then move east, Yorveth. Yeah, just call me Johnny Trophies.
Treat yourself to our new view, for a better future through and through.
Yeah, buddy.
First foundations hoist the walls, then we're revel in its halls. Everyone's doing their part to rebuild the homeland.
Do some more singing for me.
We're building all anew. Treat yourself to our new view, for a better future through and through.
Yeehaw! Well, is that it? Well, here, war machines. That's a catapult. Well, looks like that's about it. Just a nice little stroll through the Green Valley here. What's up, guys?
Side by side, we'll kick those black clads across the Yaruga.
Damn straight we will.
Long live Eden! Long live Rivia! Long live Hyrule!
That place is in tatters. This is going to be an easy win. Except for something horrible that's going to happen, I'm sure. I'm sure of it.
The Lyrian Corps neared Aldersburg. It could not have been on a more idyllic day. The sun shone, birds sang, trees rustled in a light breeze. But Maeve saw it as she had at the war's start. Walls illumined by a fire's glow, the cries of fleeing civilians, the stench of burning flesh.
I remember.
As on that day, Aldersburg was under siege. At this time, Eden's flags fluttered in the field, while Nilfgaard's tattered sons crowned the fort's towers. The Queen found Demoven's tent without difficulty. Made of sheets of silk edged with silver thread, it positively shone.
Seems the realm's restored to a virtuous path,
muttered Maeve.
Aha! There she is! Queen Maeve, savior of the North, the Sun Slayer.
I like that.
mockery I don't appreciate.
Ah!
I wouldn't dare. Not my words, those. You've been painted thus in song. Master Dandelion himself wrote a ballad. The Battle for the Bridge. If you take the bard at his word, you're as fierce with a blade as any witcher.
Well, I am that. Heck yeah, Dandelion's writing bards about me. Stupid. Writing songs about me. He's a bard. Okay, I'm sorry. That was... yeah.
Is that jealousy I hear?
Sure is.
To be perfectly honest, Maeve, it is.
Ah!
For I hadn't the pluck, nor resolve. And when all the North tucked tail, went to shite, you alone stepped up and bared your fangs. Let it be a lesson for the future to us all.
Your son?
You call out the future. Tell me, how's your son?
Yeah, his little bastard son. I mean that literally, not...
Baldwin. Ah, growing like a weed he is. And spitting image of his old man.
Good.
Good news all, especially given the mother's profession.
She's now Countess Demeretta of Gullet, a lady of the court.
Oh, your lawful wife must be thrilled.
Ah!
Hard to say in truth. I've not seen her in some time. Duty keeps me away, you understand.
You work hard, I'm certain. Many a night, too.
You might say so indeed. But enough about me. As we're chirping away like two gossips in the field, do tell me, what a villain.
What do you think? I tossed him in the dungeon.
Good.
Justly so. Wisen him up. Make him live on bread and water a bit.
A bit? Oh no, my friend. He shan't emerge anytime soon, believe me. A lesson for the future? What do you mean?
My dear, this war won't change a bloody thing, you know. Nilfgaard will be Nilfgaard, the North, the North. We'll sign a truce, the Blackclads will turn tail towards home, but the old borders don't satisfy a soul.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly satisfied with them, thank you. And I just wish other folk would respect them too.
You're one hell of a warrior, but you're no strategist at all. Your perspective, you've got to broaden it. Nilfgaard, we cannot allow it to regain strength and spirit, else we'll face another invasion within a decade or two.
True.
Measures are required. Preventive, preemptive, whatever the learned call it. Build an army, a vast one. Wait in ambush. And when they least expect it, break their bloody spine. Just think if we were to join forces.
Enough. I don't wish to hear it. Won't even entertain the thought. I'll help you take Aldersburg, but then I'll go home, where, God's willing, I'll live to a ripe old age.
God's willing.
As you wish. We can mount the assault at any time, but...
But?
My scouts report a small Nilfgaardian force approaching from the south. They've stayed off the roads, moved only under the cover of night, escorting someone.
Who?
I've no notion. Could be a mage. Devilishly unpredictable, that lot. Could wreak havoc in our ranks. Either way, before we rush at the walls, we must make certain they don't reach Aldersburg at all.
I shall see to it.
Are you sure? You've just arrived. Must be weary after the long journey.
An understatement if I ever heard one. But I wish all this to be over, quickly.
Neve set out after the Nilfgaardians immediately, a cavalry escort in tow. Her unmatched scouts, who had led the army through the mountains of Mahakam and Angren swamps, quickly found the enemy's trail.
This way, Your Grace. It's not far now.
That very same day, Neve's force caught up to the mysterious black-clad unit. Lyrian riders surrounded the foe, forcing the Nilfgaardians to halt. All fell so quiet, the creaking of taut Lyrian bowstrings could be discerned.
The common tongue. Which of you knows it?
I do, Your Majesty.
You also know who you deal with, I see. What is your name?
Kaldvin, Your Majesty.
At last. A Nilfgaardian name I can pronounce. So, Kaldwin. It seems this war will reach its end in 2 days' time at the most. 'Twould be silly to die today, wouldn't you agree?
Indeed.
It would, milady.
Precisely. I've spilled enough blood. I've lost the appetite for more. So, provided you don't give me a good reason to kill you, you'll walk away with your lives. Now tell me. You carry something for General Ebdahi. What is it?
A letter.
Urgent to the point of insanity, it must be. Who wrote it? The dear Madam Ebdahi?
The Emperor, probably.
No, Your Majesty. The Emperor.
Uh-huh.
My. A letter from Emir himself. You must be an important person. A noble, or... Yet your uniform is simple, with no discernible distinctions. Who are you truly, Kaldwin? A spy?
A simple messenger, Your Majesty.
Don't lie. I know messengers, how they travel. Alone, armorless, atop a swift steed. You're escorted by cavalry of the heavy sort.
For I often carry orders the recipients don't wish to perform, thus the escort.
Ho 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 ho. Give me that letter.
Give me the letter.
I've sworn to deliver it to General Ebdahi, or to die in the quest to do so.
Don't do it.
Oh, very well. My translator shall read this letter, then return it to you. You shall break no vow, and who knows? You might even survive.
And if I refuse?
Then you won't.
Guess.
Ha!
So be it. I accept your offer.
Good.
Neve's translator cracked the seal and read. And as he read, his eyes grew wide as saucers. Then he whispered in the Queen's ear.
Truly. And you're certain you're not mistaken. The wonders of this world. Kaldwin, consider this your lucky day. I allow you to complete your mission, with one proviso.
And that is?
That when you hand him the letter, you will give the General my regards.
As Kaldwin and escort set off towards Aldersburg, the Lyrian soldiers looked at their queen with disbelief. To leave a Nilfgaardian to fulfill a secretive task. Meve failed to stifle a rather mean laugh. They'll understand tomorrow, she thought.
That's probably orders for him to kill himself. That'd be my guess.
General Epdahi had prefaced Lyria's and Rivia's invasion with a series of arrogant demands. The Nilfgaardian had been impudent, as he had felt sure he'd achieve a quick and decisive victory. Yet several months on, he too received an ultimatum. One signed by Emperor Emir var Emreis himself. The missive was concise and left no room for interpretation. With General Epdahi dead, the Nilfgaardian army descended into chaos. The kings of the north, united, took advantage and struck at the foe. Their victory was complete. The Nordling forces cheered their commanders and monarchs, but for none so vehemently as the one queen among them. Many dream of achieving the impossible. Meve had done it. Through wit, determination, and boldness, she had thwarted the Nilfgaardian invasion. The queen would rule for many more years. Stern, yet ever just.
Hell yeah.
Ah! So a lass saved the North from the Blackclads?
That is one way to put it.
Well, I'll be damned. And a chap. She find herself one in the end?
I'd say so.
The bloke's been spinning the tale all night. Story's done. Time we got some shut-eye.
Yes. Particularly as we've yet a long road before us.
Phew. Throat must be parched as old leather after all that. Except,
there we
I'm
go.
itching to know what happened to the lot of them. Reynard, Gascon.
Ah, very well.
Yeah!
Whom shall we start with? Willem?
I love
Meve
endings like
never
this.
forgave him his betrayal. Left to rot in Rivia's dungeon, his strength and spirit waned until he quietly expired. He was buried in secret. No speeches, no honors. His tomb, a plain one, of roughly hewn stone. Meve spared no expense in bidding Gascon farewell. His peer lords themselves bore the casket, and soldiers in parade dress beat the funeral drums. The Duke of Dogs, a marauder, was interred with honors befitting the truest of royals.
Good.
As news of the Nordling victory filtered south, Nilfgaard's inhabitants greeted it with disbelief. Returning Imperial soldiers told stories of Lyria's cruel queen, who murdered prisoners and sullied sacred laws. They referred to her as Gvaeldet, the bloodthirsty one.
That's fair.
With the advent of peace, tensions waned. Lyria's and Rivia's disparate races seemed to live harmoniously, side by side. The Queen pressed for new laws aimed at curbing oppression. They were a step towards more enlightened rule, yet sadly were habitually broken. And Meve? As I said, she ruled with an iron hand, not fist. Reynard, ever at her side, tempering, supportive. No longer a general and trusted advisor, he had to the Queen become something more. Much, much more. And now, if you'd allow me...
Course. Leave him be, lads. Let him get some rest. Till the time comes for the next tale.
Awesome. Hell yeah. Awesome. That's Thronebreaker, everybody. It's credits time. Gotta say, what an outstanding voice cast as well. I mean, all the characters, the narrator especially, just the best. Amazing. That's right, credits and music. Do love the monster music in the background. Yeah, right. Oh, awesome. Yeah, perfect for quarter end time. So you just gotta be lazy like me, dude. If you don't ever do anything, you just sit here on your couch and just eat nachos and chips and stuff. You never throw your back out. You just sit here. It's great. Should I spoil it? We'll see. Obviously, I still have to play through some of the Messenger, because I got about halfway through that, or however much through that, but I've got another pretty big game lined up. I won't spoil it yet. It'll be a surprise. I think you actually know, Eric. I think I mentioned it. Nice. Well, right, exactly, yeah. awesome stats page. Total flappy arm syndrome, dude. I'm telling you. Division 2, you're a wacky, waving inflatable arm flailing tube, man. Well, that's pretty much it for Thronebreaker. Might dip into a little bit of Gwent later and see how I like that, but I think that's... There's a return to. Nice. That's pretty cool. Well, I do have a couple more trophies to trophy hunt for, but that's it for Thronebreaker for the streams. This has been pretty much the most fun I've had in a game in a long time. It was an awesome game. It was just the best. So thanks for joining me on that ride, everybody. And I'll see you guys for maybe a surprise on the next stream. Catch you then.